afternoon and welcome. Welcome to Lunch with Linda. I am Linda Daniels, the owner of Northampton Wools here in Northampton, Mass. I have a little scratchy throat and a little bit of a burny, like chest burny thing, but I'm sure it's just a relief, the stress relief from my weekend because I had all my shots. So anyway, welcome to Lunch with Linda. We have had torrential rains and now the sun is coming out just in time to blind me. So I can't always see all the comments, but I see Decker and Penny and Terry and Amanda. Hello. Thanks for joining us. Hi, Eileen. Hey, Eileen, we're doing a little test. So if you're watching on YouTube, tell me, is this filling up the whole screen or is it straight up and down? Because we changed the setup to see if that made a difference, since you were the one who said you were seeing that narrow picture. So let me know if that's making a difference. Hi, Barb. Hi, Dale. So like I said, the sun is coming out. It was a gorgeous day on Saturday, wasn't it? Downtown was so incredibly busy. Okay, thanks. I think what happened, not that you need to know, but I think we got a new tripod from Jeff and it changed the way we set up, but now we're back to the beginning. Yeah, thanks, Amanda. Hey, Mary and Sally. Anyway, Saturday was a gorgeous day outside. Downtown was so incredibly busy. It was filled with people. I think most of Smith and Mount Holyoke was downtown. They are in the middle, if not starting finals. And I think all of them needed to escape into the city to shop in groups. So it was really fun to welcome all of them inside. Plus, this has not happened in Northampton before, I don't think. There were several makers markets going on. And I think it might actually have been a mapped out kind of tour of downtown Northampton, because there was a maker's market at Dirty Truth and one at Haymarket, and I think there were probably several others. I only heard about it from customers. I didn't have a chance to go out and visit any of them. You seeing that comment?
I can't see. My phone is doing.
Okay, we'll take care of that later. Able to rotate screen full view. All right. Anyway, lots of makers markets, so there were lots of people out shopping, lots of shopping bags from all over town, and lots of shopping done here. In addition to that, hey Bess, there was a kind of like pub crawl, although they didn't call it that. On one side of the map were 5 or 6 of the breweries in town. So the one next door to us, the Worst House, the Northampton Brewery down the alleyway, and the Progressions down the street, they were all listed on it as well. So I think there was a lot of activity in town just in time to take advantage of that beautiful day and a great shopping preparing for the holiday weekend. So we appreciate everybody that shopped with us. You still have a weekend or two more weekends to go. So hopefully we can help you get ready for the holidays. And with that in mind, I want to remind you, mainly because I did not have a chance to send the email out yet, but that will be going out tonight or tomorrow morning. On Wednesday, we're basically opening our doors to anybody that wants to come and sit and knit or finish up a project. We'll have wrapping paper out. I don't know that we have a lot of boxes, so if you want it in a box, you should bring your own. But you will be able to wrap up your gifts and maybe finish up some of your knitting, just kind of hang out. We'll have hot chocolate and cookies here for everybody to enjoy and just generally have a good time. So it's just a hangout day. Come for a little, come for a lot. And we'll see what kind of turnout we get and how many finished projects Kate and I can take pictures of that day. So starting at 10 o'clock, ending at 5 o'clock, come and finish your project with us. That's on Wednesday. That should be a really good and fun time with still plenty of time to knit other stuff. One of the things that we're doing is having little prepared gift boxes. I found a bunch of, or several different types of holiday boxes. They do have a cover, and we are stuffing them with projects and naming each one. So this is Cozy Up by the Fire, and it's got 2 skeins of bulky weight Ella Rae Cozy Alpaca Chunky. It has, so they just fell to the bottom.
No, of course.
It has some stitch stoppers of snowmen, because when it snows, you really want to be cozy. Mm-hmm. The needle that you need to make this super cozy, super bulky socks. Those are perfect socks. Aren't they precious?
It's like they keep the ankle really warm too.
And yeah, because they have that ridge that collapses on itself, it's going to keep your leg part really, really warm as well. But what a fun little gift, right? So it'll all go smushed down into the box with Let It Snow, oops, on the cover. Oh. You don't even have to wrap it. It's all set right there for you.
I'll do that.
Yeah, so we're going to put several kinds of boxes together like that to make it easy for the men or family members who shop. The other one that I did really quickly was Cover Your Head. It's got a simple stocking net stitch hat pattern in it, a skein of the unique in a worsted weight, and the needle that you need for that. And we usually will throw another goodie or 2 in there, maybe even some chocolate, but that's all set and ready to go as well. Stuff somebody's stocking, put it under the tree, a real quick last minute, everything you need to knit. So we'll do several of those, and we're coming up with some cute little names for them too. So look for those the next time you come in, or put them on your list. One of the projects that I had to finish for somebody was this really sweet little baby outfit. Amanda knit this hat and sweater set, and last week we made a pom-pom to go on it. So she used 2 colors and did one color as the bottom roll, and then she used both colors to make a pom-pom up there. Now, I used to use cardboard to make pom-poms all the time. That's what we did as kids growing up, but I've been using those pom-pom makers from Clover, and man, they make such a difference. It's easy to use, and it makes a perfect pom-pom. And this is a cotton. Cotton doesn't generally make very good pom-poms. It usually goes really limp, but this is really fluffed out beautifully. The whole secret to making these is not only using the pom-pom maker, but also really trimming it really, really well. But the really cute thing about the sweater, here's the little sweater that goes in it, are the afterthought pockets. That's these right here. So the pockets were not made while the sweater was knit. We put the pockets in afterwards, and we put 2 of them, and they are trimmed out with the contrast color, and the inside of the pocket is knit with the contrast color as well, and then sewn down. Well, this is such a fun and simple kind of thing to do that, Amanda, what's that face for? I decided to make it a class. So you can do this kind of pocket on any and every sweater you own, even something like this that has cables. So I'm going to show you how to figure out where to put the pocket based on the length of the sweater and the comfort level of your hands, and then how to cut your sweater. You only cut 1 strand. How to pick it out so that you are left with live stitches, and then how to knit the pocket lining and the top of the pocket as well, so that you can put a pocket on anything, even if it's an old sweater. Even if it's a machine-made sweater, you'll be able to do it, as long as the gauge isn't way too thin. No, not on that. And it doesn't have to be in the same yarn. You can use any yarn at all. You can make it really fun and crazy and wild. You can put that edging on in something completely different or a contrast color, and then you will always have a place for that tissue or your keys or your credit card, something important that you're carrying around the house. So I've scheduled that for Sunday, January 7th. So it's right after the holidays, before everybody gets too involved in the next month of work and school and all of that stuff. So I haven't put it on the website yet, but I will be doing that. It should be up by tomorrow afternoon. And if you have a sweater that you are dying to have pockets on, this is the class for you. So sign up for it, bring your sweater, bring some yarn that you like, that you might want to have something that's close to the same weight or thickness of the yarn used for the sweater, and you'll walk out of here with at least one pocket done. So that's Sunday, January 7th. We are going to continue to be open a few of those Sundays in January so that we can take advantage of the space and have some more workshops and classes. Shelley was just here and we went over her schedule for January and February. Saturday, this past Saturday, Shelley was here teaching a Ravelry Basics class, and I have never seen people leave the store with bigger smiles after a class than after Shelley's Ravelry class. They got a lot of information in that 2 hours. Shelley thinks it might even have been a little bit of overload, but it was so successful, we're going to do it again. You should have, in order to take the class, you should already have a Ravelry account with a password, and that's all you need. You don't have to have anything set up. You don't even have to have your library set up, but Shelley's going to take you through how to use the Ravelry search engine, how to create the information that you want to save, because everybody's a little bit different about what they want to be accessible to them. And her first basic Ravelry class, the next one is going to be on February 10th from 2 to 4. That's a Saturday, I think. And after that basic Ravelry introduction, then Shelley's going to do a couple more Ravelry workshops that show you some of the more, the finer techniques, the more involved ways to use Ravelry and how it can save you both time and help you figure out what it is you want to knit and save and how it all works. So watch for that class coming up. Again, this one isn't on the website yet either. We just had that meeting. What is on the website?
Can the Ravelry class be on Zoom? Dale is asking.
Yes, Dale, it can be on Zoom. That's easy for us to do. Just when you do sign up for it, just put that in the notes that it is that you want to Zoom the class. And I'll pay attention too. I know you are a Zoomer, but we can do it on Zoom. Shelley is also going to be teaching 2 basic raglan classes. One is the basic raglan for toddlers, and that is an intermediate class. It is in January on the 13th, the 20th, and the 27th from 2:30 to 4:30. She's going to be using the flax pattern from Tin Can Knits. And it's an intermediate class because you should already know how to cast on, knit, and purl. You should have some basic understanding of patterns, and how to increase and decrease would be great. And yes, Terry, Zoom will be great because you don't have to be just a knitter. Ravelry is filled with crocheters as well. Hey, Bonnie. Okay, so the intermediate class. The raglan class for beginners is going to be in February, on February 14th, 17th, and 28th. That is for people who basically have taken our Learn to Knit class and they know the real basics, how to cast on, how to knit and purl, and are looking to make their first sweater. So we've got 2 raglan classes coming up, and we are going to be pretty strict about the level of knitter that can take either one of those. So beginner and intermediate in that raglan class. She's also going to be teaching the anatomy of a sock class, which basically Shelley has designed to take you through the different parts of a sock: the cuff, the leg, the heel flap, turning the heels, the gusset, the foot, and the toe. And it will be done in worsted weight yarn on a bigger needle so that you can get through all of those sections. And this class is designed to help you really understand the basic parts of making a sock. Once you've got that down, you'll be able to take that knowledge and use any sock pattern and be able to use any sock knitting method, whether you are a double pointed needle, 2 circular needles, or magic loop fan. You'll be able to use what you learn in that class on any sock pattern because you'll really understand what it takes to make a sock. On February 17th, oh, I think we better check that date, Shelley. I must have the wrong date written down, so I'm not going to talk about that one. We will try a magic loop class as well, but not on the date that I have written down. And Shelley, if you're there, what date did we write down for just the magic loop? Because I just wrote down the 17th and there's already 2 other classes on that date, so I must be wrong, as usual. All right, that's Shelley. And my job for these next couple of days is to schedule the classes that I'm going to be doing as well. If there's something you really want, shoot me an email or text or whatever, and I'll see if I can fit something in that might cover what you want to learn. But I've got some ideas already for January and for February. So we are working on getting our winter schedule up and running. We got a restock in this week of Knitting for Olive. So we've got plenty of copies of this book now. It is live on the website. We sold right out of the first few copies that we got of it. So if you are intrigued by this book, it's here. You can look through it before you decide to order it. It also has a great bookmark, one of these fold out bookmarks. And the issue 19 of Lane magazine is now also available for sales. So we got Knitting for Olive. The other book that we got in is new to us, and it's just so cute. It's called The Pocket Book of Knitting, and it is basically a how-to. It's small enough to fit into your knitting bag, and it's got a section on yarn and the different weights and why it comes in a ball or a skein. It's got a section on needles and understanding what that means, and then the how-tos, the how to begin, the how to knit, how to purl, the increases. A great little resource, especially if you're traveling and you don't always have access to the internet. I know a lot of people use YouTube now for how-tos, but this is a great little resource, all compact. I can't tell you how nice it is. Like that, yeah, it's like 5x7. So it's the perfect size for carrying it around. It's not big and heavy. So those are our 2, one restock and one new book. The other thing that we got in is the needle sets from Lykke, and I wanted to talk a little bit about them because it's a big deal. If you don't own an interchangeable set, chances are in this next year you're going to want one. When I first started in the business, there was no such thing as an interchangeable set. There was one company called Denise Needles that had plastic needles with a heavy plastic cord that snapped in. And then I think also Bernat might have had a metal interchangeable set, but it was not the thing that people wanted to own. Everybody knit on straight needles. And now we've gone all the way to the other side, and everybody chooses to knit with circular needles for comfort, for ease. They're easy to travel with, they're easy to use, and they can accommodate both straight knitting and circular knitting. So we got in a big selection from Euro Yarns from the Lykke company. And they come now in 2 ways. This is a gray suede case, and this is the shorties. This is the needle size you need if you knit a lot of hats. This makes a very comfortable 16-inch needle. I know, Bonnie, I won't tell you how many I have because it's gonna be a secret. But if you don't, this is the set you really need, especially if you knit a lot of hats. This is also the size set that I travel with. When I'm going out to California, this is the size needle set that I pack because it has everything, every size needle that I need there. It comes with 16-inch, a 20-inch, and a 24-inch cord lengths that are all packaged. It comes with a set of stoppers. You put these on the end if you want to use your circular needle as a straight needle so the stitches don't fall off. And then the tools that you need to tighten it up and the extenders that can join cords together. I love that feature about them because that means that I can use the needle tips and still make a long enough needle to use a sweater with it. When you get a set like this, you're getting needle size 3 up to size 10 and a half.
Oh, look at those colors.
And this one, they've come out with a color selection this year. So each needle size has its own color specific to that size. And what I love is that they're a light enough color to see. So you can work even with dark needles and be able to see, dark yarn, I mean, and be able to see your work there. They've done it in several different cases. So this is a natural color case like that, but still the same set of needles, but they're not in color. So they're the natural color, again, from size 3 up to size 10 and a half, and with all of those cords and stoppers in the little pouch like that.
Bess is asking about the cords, if they're compatible with the Knitter's Pride tips.
Yes, they are. What makes them compatible is the fact that the screw part is on the cord. It's the chow goos that the screw part is on the needle, and you can't use them with chow goos, but you can use them with Knitter's Pride. So we have the natural cloth, the tanner cloth, the gray with the colored needles, and black with the colored needles as well. And this is kind of a suede fabric. It also comes in a large set. This one is the longer tips. If you're a sweater knitter or blanket maker, this is probably the one that you will want to do. It is hard. This is fair warning. It's very difficult to make a 16-inch needle with these tips. The tips are just too long. You need the shorter tips to make a 16-inch needle. But these needles will do from 20-inch up to 40-inch, and you get a 40-inch cord in the package of cords. Again, these are colored tips, so they're easy to identify, and it's easy to knit with. And a package of cords, the stoppers, the tighteners, the extenders, all come in the kit as well. And this size we have in the same kind of thing. We have different colors. The gray suede, we have a black suede that has colored needles in it, and then we have 2 of the natural needles, one in a slightly darker case and one in a lighter case as well. It has a Velcro on it that makes a little pouch so you can put other things in here, and a little zipper pouch on the outside. You can put things like a cable needle or stitch markers or a tape measure in there so that everything is compact and ready for you to knit with. Now, in the interest of being upfront and honest all the time, I brought my shorty case, and if you have an organized brain, you might want to look away.
Oh no.
This is what I travel with.
Oh boy.
Now, Eileen, get up off the floor. I stuff my case with lots of other needles. And look,
Oh,
there's
no.
one size missing. Oh, look, it's right here. Not taken apart and not put away. Because the whole idea to being organized is put the damn stuff away, right?
Yes.
Nope, not me. Sorry,
You know
I
what
don't.
I do? Everything goes into a jar, and like once a month I put it all away.
Very good idea, Kate. In fact, when I open the pouch to find the cords, I have to go home. I have to go home right now. I don't know where the cords are, but I will find them. But I do have other cords.
It's a lot of tools.
It's a lot of tools. So, Bess, this is a cord from a different interchangeable set, but it will work because it has a screw on the tip.
Terry's laughing so hard.
At least I don't have receipts or notes
Sure.
or paper in there. What I do have, however, is a needle gauge. I cannot travel anymore without a needle gauge because I do, yes, Bess, we are stocking extra cords. I do find that the size marks on the needle, for some strange reason or magic thinking, are getting smaller and smaller. And I can't always read what it says on the needle.
Listen, I can't always read them, and I have young
Right?
eyes.
Right?
Yeah.
They just keep getting smaller. All right, this is basic. This little guy has been around for 1,000,001 years from Susan Bates. It's flat and it's big, but it does fit in my case, nice and flat. But we have some special ones, and if you wanted to get treated, you might try the Lantern Moon Sheep. It has both millimeter sizes on one side and American sizes on the other side. So this would be very cute to pull out when all your needles fall all over the place. You could at least look impressive with that. And then we also have the wooden ones. If you were part of our Hat a Week, you got these in your treat box, but this has needle sizes on it in both metric and American.
And does
No, I'm
it-
looking at this. This is just metric. It's just metric sizes. But you could write in pen underneath on the and it does say millimeter right at the bottom if you
Yeah.
actually look at it. And then the other half of it is a little 2-inch measure or centimeters on the other side. We do have these. And those will also fit in the pocket part of the small case. The smaller case does not have a zipper pocket. It only has the flap pocket on it. So you lose a little bit of room. And then of course we do have inventory in the basic Susan Bates. These are like $7 or something like that. All of them are right around that price. So if you do have an interchangeable set, you will want, I believe, a needle gauge. Oh, I know that Chow Gu tried to come out with something called Forte. And that was a large case, even bigger than this. But when you opened it up, it had everything, scissors, tape measure, and needles. But they had a problem with manufacturing. And I don't necessarily like to carry all my tools in one spot. Heaven forbid something happens. So I'll usually carry a tool kit with scissors and tape measure and cable needle and sewing needle.
This could go right next to you in your bookcase, like right next to your knitting book.
Oh, Kate, what a great idea. And that's exactly where I have mine. Right next to the chair where I sit and knit. There's a bookcase there. And I stuff it full of other needles.
Yeah, of course.
So I don't have to get up and go look for other needles. At least I have all the 16-inch needles
Good.
sort of in one place. I will never show you all my needles. Never.
Oh, come on.
No. Mm-mm.
Oh.
You'll, anyway. Anyway, Shelley,
She's answering questions
Okay.
right now.
Okay. Great. And then just one more quick thing. We've got these little tags. If you are making hats for Christmas, you can get these to sew on the outside of the hat. They look really cool when you do that. All right, let's see. Yeah. So for those of you that are traveling, if anybody is traveling, ask her for the date too, because I don't have that date right.
Mm-hmm.
I really
I'll figure it
recommend
out.
an interchangeable set. They are an investment. I mean, just think about how much you spend when you come to just get one fixed circular needle. Multiply that, you end up with over 25 possible, I can't think that fast, but over 25 possible combinations. And a lot of the circular, yeah, Shelley, we have to change that date.
I think the anatomy of the sock, the third session is on February 7th because it's Wednesdays.
Yeah. Don't I have another class scheduled then?
On the 7th?
On the 17th. Anyway, Shelley, I'm going to double check and I'll send you an email so we can get that straight. Okay. Okay, it is an investment. I'm not going to try to pretend it isn't. These kits are not inexpensive, but if you're ready for that next level, if you're tired of never having the needle that you need or having to run to the store to get it, you might think about an interchangeable set. The prices basically range from $150 up to $187, depending on the color of the needle and the size of the set. But we've got them in stock, they're ready, and they would really make a great gift for the holidays. It's the perfect time to get something like that. And they last and last and last as long as you put them back where they belong and you don't have to go hunting for them again. Okay, what else? I think that's actually it. I got everything done on my list. We will be here again Wednesday through Saturday. We're open on Sunday again from 12 to 5. And yes, I'm a little hoarse, but I think it's already going away. And we'll see what happens with that. We had a lot of family stuff this weekend, so I was talking a lot, I guess.
Yeah.
Maybe that was it.
Yeah,
Anyway, I hope you all have a great week and that you find time to go knit something. Thanks for joining.